Hi, folks. It's Larry Talks again. It's June 9th, 2016. This is about our 12th program. I find when I go on YouTube to get this, if you go Larry Talks YouTube, the latest program comes up, but sometimes the whole list comes up. So you get to see all 12, a list of all 12 programs. Today's program is going to be on something that's on. Here's the way I choose a topic. It's something I know something about that most people don't know about. And the topic for today is sex in the bathroom for transgenders in public. And the reason I've chosen this topic is I know something about it that most people don't know. I was advisor to the Gay Student Union, and I had a hermaphrodite student, and it got me interested in the topic, and then I saw some documentaries. What you have to know the background here in the United States, why these crazy, stupid, ignorant, bigoted people are making laws. There's 3 states that have made laws. And I have to say, the Attorney General of the United States came out and said, "How dare you? This is such a violation of," and I'm going to explain why it's a violation of civil rights to say that a person who's transgendered, uh, what the Attorney General is saying, you can go to a bathroom of your choice, of your sexual identity. And 3 states have passed laws saying, no, you can't. You got to go to the bathroom of your birth. So if you had a penis at birth, you got to go there. If you had a vagina at birth, you got to go there. If you were a hermaphrodite, I don't know what you do. Now, I have to tell you something that, I mean, because of my experience with transgender people, I learned about this 30 years ago. 30 years ago, the Republicans would have got what they wanted, I guess. When you were born, a doctor would say to the parents, "Oh, this child is gender confusion. There's something biologically strange about this. We will do an operation and we'll fix it. We'll make him a boy or a girl, and you'll be happy." What happened years and years ago when they did this practice, this was common practice in medicine in the United States. When the child became an adolescent, the hormones kicked in and said something else. And the child's saying, "What the fuck did they do to me? They operated on me and changed me, and I'm not that, I'm this." Medicine itself, and my source on this was a documentary on public educational TV, of how the doctors decided to solve this by not doing anything. Because, as you know, the famous case of Bruce Jenner, gold medal winner, who was a very masculine man, at age 60 became a woman. And he said, "My whole life I've been struggling with this inner need, this inner knowledge that I'm not a man, I'm a woman." And this is what doctors discovered 30 years ago and decided, we're not going to do anything at birth. We're going to, now, of course, the Republicans come along and say, "Oh, no, we don't want big government, but we want to be in charge of what you do with your sexual organs when you're an adolescent. We want to be in charge of that." Why? Because everybody who is different is a child molester. That's a great idea. I know I had relatives who used to say I was a child molester, and it never entered my mind. So, but then that Republicans, you see, this crap is entering their minds. This stuff about everybody who's different is a child molester. Where's that coming? What's the truth of that? Where's the fact? By the way, and I've seen this on the media several times, there's never been anybody prosecuted for child molesting who was a transgendered person. So there's no history, there's no case. Why? Because, look, as someone said, well, when you got to go, you got to go. You go to a public bathroom because you need to go to the bathroom. You don't go to molest people, especially not people who have gender confusion or some kind of gender difference. So the Republicans in 3 states in the United States have passed a law. The attorney, let me see, this is within the last 2 months, and the law is you must go to the bathroom of your birth. Now, here you are, Bruce Jenner. Have you seen him recently? Gold star, he doesn't look like a man at all. He's a woman now. But he was born a man, and he lived as a man until the age of 60. Where's he supposed to go to the bathroom? Well, the Republicans want to tell him he's got to go to the male's bathroom. Now, this guy, look, if you've seen him, the Kardashians, he's a woman in every respect. And the Republicans want to say, oh, no, you can't go to a men's bathroom. I mean, yeah, you can't go to a woman's bathroom because you're a child molester. Where do they get that? I don't just make it up. What the hell? Truth has no, medicine has no, science has no meaning to these people. And yet they passed laws in 3 states. So the Attorney General came out and, right just off the top, she gave them one of the most eloquent civil rights speeches I have ever heard, and said these laws are all invalid, and we will not respect them, and we will turn them over. And her reasoning was simply that it's discrimination. You guys are just making up some fantasy, just like my family made a fantasy about me being a child molester when it never even entered my mind. Likewise, you know what enters the mind of a transgendered person when they want to go to a public bathroom? I need relief. They're not thinking about, is there a child in there I can molest? But Republicans are thinking that, and they have to pass a law and say that. And that's what's happened in 3 states in the United States. And immediately the Attorney General just said, this is nonsense, I'm not going to deal with that. It looks like my 10 minutes is up already. Boy, that was fast. My director's saying, no, it's okay. I got 6. Oh, I've only done 4 minutes. Oh, good. The civil rights element here. God, people are so insensitive about this. That the fact, I guess I just can't see it from that point of view. Let me try and state what the opposition's point of view is. Their point of view is, here's a guy or a woman or a man who is transgendered. Now so a woman who's become a man is now a man, and like all men, he wants to have sex with anybody, anytime, anywhere. Only people who are transgender want to do that. Not Republicans. They don't want to do that. No, I think the truth is that's their projection. They do want to do that. And they're saying that anybody who would become transgendered is even sicker than they are because they want to do it all the time. And that's their motive. If they're going into a public bathroom and it's not the bathroom of their birth, then of course there's only one reason why anybody would do that. It just says how incredible it is that people cannot have any sensitivity. I've often wondered this about gay people, too, because, I mean, the same argument is used, that gay people want to, gay men say you don't want, you must, and this is so old now, oh, you can't have gays in the military because I want to have sex with all the heterosexual men. And that's the argument that, and there's still many men that believe that. If you're gay, I mean, if you're gay, you've had to run into this where a guy says, oh my God, I can't be in the same room with you. You want to have sex with all men because you're gay. That's just simply, there's no truth in that. And so it's that same prejudice that is put on transgendered people. That the reason they, I mean, I think this is crazy, but nonetheless, this is the conservative argument. The reason Jenner became transgendered was so he wants to have sex. He's, let me see, that would make him gay, wouldn't it? And it's interesting in interviews when they ask him, well, what's your sexuality? He says, I have no idea. I'm just trying to figure out my own sexual identity at age 60. I don't want to have, I can't tell you. You know, and it really is insensitive to ask a transgendered person who they want to have sex with when they've had, you know, I mean, first of all, that's a real private thing. But Republicans assume here's their assumption. Why could they want such a crazy thing as you must go to the bathroom of your original birth organs, because they think that everybody wants that the only reason a person would become transgender is they want to molest children. Do you see how nuts that is? So that's where that law is coming from. The counter argument is, wait a minute, Republicans are for, well, first of all, science says the sexual identity isn't decided until adolescence. Your hormones kick in and they tell you who you want to be. And the only way you know what your sexual identity is how you feel in your adolescence. And there is no predicting what that will be. Poor Bruce Jenner had to wait till he was 60 years old because he had to adjust, what's going on? And he figured it out at age 60. Oh, he just wants to molest girls. Let's see. Yeah, he wants to molest girls, so he became transgendered, so he'll go into public bathrooms and molest girls. Do you think there's any likelihood that that's what motivated Bruce Jenner, gold medal winner? And no, I don't think so. But you see, Republicans are, there was one joke made about this. Oh, yeah, the guy, the only person who wants to have sex with little girls is Dennis Hastert. Dennis Hastert was a Republican head of the House in line to be president of the United States, and he's convicted of all kinds of sexual abuse and trying to bribe people not to tell the truth about him at age 70. And he's been convicted and he's gone to jail for bribing people to keep the secret that he molested boys when he was a coach at a college. That's the real molestation story. As I say, there's no history of any transgender people ever molesting children. And again, and if you just refer to your own body and say, well, why do you go to a public bathroom? Because I need to go. That's the truth. And if there were a history of this sort of thing, we could be debating, oh, God, there are some. So this is a good question. Are there transgender people who are child molesters? I've just never heard of such a thing. But then people like to make up things, like my own family made up that I was a child molester, and I didn't even know it until, how did I find out? My nephews and nieces told me when they were 30 years old. So I was denied total contact with them all my life for a reason which I didn't even know why. So that's how perverse this kind of prejudice is. And I have to say, I'm proud of the Attorney General for giving such an eloquent speech about the real issue here. We must understand is that we don't know our sexual identity until we're in adolescence. And to say that a person should go to the bathroom of their birth is just some kind of, let's control something that we Republicans want. I mean, big government. Oh, no, it's not big government. It's everybody's a child molester. That's what they're thinking. That's just so strange. So that's what I have to say about that. And I have to say, I've only seen one documentary in my lifetime about this on PBS, and it was a very good documentary. It talked about, it actually interviewed families where they did the surgery, and then when the child was born, and then how the child, when it went into adolescence, just a horrible nightmare. I mean, at least in Jenner's case, even though he was 60 years old, he got to figure it out, and then he made the transition that was right for him. No one tried to fix him, and that's good. These people are trying to fix people, and they don't know what they're talking about, but then that's pretty typical in America, isn't it? So, Larry Talks is... if you want to make a comment to me directly, I have an email, moormanl@aol.com, moormanl @aol.com. Of course, why am I doing this? Do you know, I've done like 12, 13 programs, and we have thousands of hits on each one. So that's why I'm doing it. I mean, obviously I'm saying something that when people listen to it, they learn something. And that is my principle, to say, when I do a program, I've thought about, well, do I know something no one else knows? And then I have to tell you what that something is. And I've told you about what I know about the history of medicine in regards to this. And most people don't know the history. And it's really, really important. And then it makes sense that if identity doesn't happen until your adolescence, then you don't want to go saying, oh, you've got to go to the bathroom or return. You've got to figure out. And that's burden enough. So the next program will probably be on coming out in the gay world. By the way, someone misunderstood in the last program. One of the only negative comment I think I've ever really gotten. Negative comments, superficial, but this one was serious. He was saying, well, of course people should come out. Like I didn't say that. And I did say that. In fact, I started my program with 3 incidences where I came out at work. But what I was saying was, it, uh, the workplace is not a place to be talking about your sexuality all the time. What should we be doing at the workplace? Being the best. First of all, doing the kind of work you want to do. Second of all, being good at it. And sex has no place in the workplace. But coming out, I totally believe in coming out. Well, you have to see the program. I don't know why this person commented, well, of course you should come out at workplace. Well, that's exactly what I said. Sometimes people don't hear me because who knows why. Anyway, that's it. The next program will be on this is a very interesting topic. How do you come out in the gay world when you're new at it? What's that like? I want to make some comments about that. I'm talking about my experience and how internet is, that's the most interesting part I have to contribute to this, is how internet has changed the whole thing of coming out for the better, I think. All right, that's it, folks. Larry Talks. See you again. And again, when you want to find my programs on YouTube, you go Larry Talks YouTube. I don't know. Sometimes I get the whole list. Sometimes I just get the latest program. And some people, I mean, I talk to people and I tell them I'm doing this and they'll go on and they'll just see like there's only one program, Larry Talks, like there's no other 11 or 12 editorials. These are 10 minutes long. And I think that, gee, that's kind of interesting. I wonder why that is. I can't tell you why it is. All I can say is if you want to see other programs and they only put you on one, then go back and re-sign on. And sooner or later, you're going to get the whole 12 programs. That's it, folks. See you next time. Hi. Bye. Be good to each other.